Welcome, welcome. Let's get straight to the point. It's easy to become an expert in anxiety and OCD and not see any change. I learned this for a long time. I didn't learn this, but I learned this through trial and error. Become really knowledgeable about OCD and anxiety, and you don't see a whole lot of change. Why? Well, I became an expert in OCD and anxiety, not what I actually wanted for my life. And what we learn is that we see things not as they are. We see things as we are. Your perception is reality. Perception is reality. Every person you see, is walking around filtering life through their own version of reality, their own perception. Your perception is based on your self-image, how you view yourself, all the beliefs you have about yourself forms what you look through, how you interpret, and how you understand what you're looking at, which is your reality. Everyone's got a set of glasses you put on through your childhood, just being born into this, maybe it's a Western culture, Eastern culture, Middle Eastern, whatever it is you grow up in, culturally, religiously, family, culture, what others tell you about yourselves, others tell you who you are. All this data comes in, and we unconsciously, kind of unknowingly, formulate this, right, naturally about who we are. And it's all circumstantial. It's all up to where you're born, how you're raised, where in the part of the world you are. If you're in a rich family, poor family, influences your self-image about money and how you're going to make money, right? So there's a lot of, we know this inherently. We know this through all these little sayings like, one man's trash is another man's treasure, right? Or, is the glass half empty or is the glass half full? You choose. We know those kind of attitude type choices. We love the movies like here in the U.S., or maybe internationally. I love the Christmas movies. Scrooge, grumpy old man, has a night of reckoning and changes his whole view on his life, and comes out the next morning a brand new person, so to speak, and sees everybody in his life and his world radically different, right? It's a Wonderful Life, same thing. Radically different, changes his understanding of himself, and the world suddenly has the magic and the spark again. The world was never changed. In those plots and those movies, nothing in its external environment changed except for him. And I want to say, this is my approach to life, but anxiety and OCD. Because, again, when how we view ourself changes, OCD and anxiety, our fears, change. They change because we're the one interacting with them. It's a huge point. It's a huge point. Anytime there's humans involved in something, it has the thing has more to do with the human than the thing itself. We see this in weight loss. Right? So the focus is always on food, consumption, calories, and then also exercise, burning calories. Those are the things, right? But there's humans interacting. It's a human being, let alone the physical body that's being manipulated, that is at the core. And that's why most diets, 98, 99% of diets, fail for most people. It's because of this very thing I'm talking about. Like I said, anxiety and OCD. What do we see? Well, we do meditation to be more present. We take medications and supplements to correct imbalances. We do ERP to help correct fears, right? Now it's interesting. Some of these things can work for some people, but it's based on it's unknowingly working through this mechanism. Because unless the person begins to see themselves differently through whatever it is they're doing, nothing will change. So we're really looking at a deeper truth about the world, a deeper truth that most people aren't aware of. We place so much importance on those things, the external things in our environment, not realizing that we hold the power. We have the power and the influence over our environment, what happens to us. And we see this. Look, my upbringing was Christianity, and there's elements of this in Christianity, right? We walk by faith, not by sight. It's all in the trust relationship with God. Salvation is this whole story about accepting Jesus as your Savior. You view yourself differently, and now you're saved, and now you have this whole radical new experience. I won't go into that. I'm not promoting that as... anyways, there's elements of this in all of these different parts. So think about where you're going. What do you want? What does it look like? What does it feel like? Spend less time focusing on anxiety, the fears, the OCD, and how you can correct them. Remember the thing? Can you let go of those things? I know they're loud. I know the voices are loud. The images, the urges, sensations, the fear is really loud. I get it. I've been there. But you know what? They're really quiet now in my life. But they were really loud. I didn't change those. I didn't try to manipulate them. I've been changing myself. And that relationship is huge. The relationship inside of yourself. What you have, that relationship you have to yourself. And so can you let go of your focus on those things, and can you start to step into this understanding, this process? You have a screen in your mind, sort of like sitting in a movie theater, and you can sit there and you can watch a movie, and you can play images and thoughts and potential realities in your mind. This is what visualization looks like. This is what it is to step into a new you, to create a new you, and you can begin to visualize a new reality for yourself. And so this is the process to recreating your self-image, because this is what's going to stimulate action, positive action. This is what we want, positive action to reinforce, to align with this new self-image we are creating. And as you let go of running these fearful stories and loops through your mind screen, through this movie theater of your mind, and you start to start to really focus in on what you want, where you're going, who you are, feeling it. You're going to influence your chemistry, your physiology to actually work for you, and recreating how you view yourself. So hope this is helpful to somebody. Please like, please share, subscribe. Thank you.